Welcome to Learn English and Practice with Marie. Today, we're going to do Advanced Vocabulary Lesson number 8. We'll go through 10 advanced vocabulary words and review their parts of speech, definitions, and some example sentences. Let's hop in. Listen to me first. Intimation, Quagmire, mores, Anthology, Eloquent, Knotty, Haughty, Demagogue, Disheartened, Convivial. Let's talk about intimation first. Intimation means an indirect suggestion, and it's a noun. So I can make the intimation that perhaps I'd like Mexican food for dinner, but say, I'm just interested in something international. That would be an intimation. Some example sentences are, the intimation of danger caused the hikers to turn back and return to camp. She gave me a subtle intimation that she didn't want to talk about the topic anymore. Next we have quagmire. Quagmire can have two meanings. A soft, boggy area of land that gives way underfoot, and it's a noun, or an awkward, complex, or hazardous situation, which is also a noun. I hear the second meaning a lot more than the first. The first is a very literal meaning, and then the second meaning, the complex and hazardous situation, has kind of emerged more culturally. And I hear that a lot in the context of political science when I studied it to describe really complex problems that are difficult to solve. Some sample sentences are, the rescue team had to navigate through a quagmire of mud to reach the stranded hikers. The company found itself in a financial quagmire after years of mismanagement. Next, we have mores. These are the moral attitudes and fixed customs of a group of people, and it's a noun. So the mores have to do a lot with the morals. Mores and morals obviously come from a very similar root. So some sample sentences are, the mores of the society dictate that family is of the utmost importance. The mores of her religion forbid the consumption of certain foods. Next we have anthology. Anthology is a selected collection of writings, songs, etc., and it's a noun. Anthologies can be a collection of books with writings all kind of tied together with some sort of theme or some sort of organizational pattern. Some sample sentences are, the anthology included works by many famous authors such as Shakespeare and Poe. The poetry anthology showcased works from various cultures and time periods. Here we have eloquent. This means fluent or persuasive in speaking or writing, or clearly expressing or indicating something. And in both cases, it's an adjective. So the idea with learning English is that you develop skills and eventually become eloquent, very fluid in your speaking. The sample sentences we have here are, the speaker's eloquent words moved the audience to tears. The lawyer's eloquent argument swayed the jury in her favor. Next we have knotty. And what this means is simply full of knots or knotted. It could also mean an extremely difficult and complicated problem or matter. In both cases, it's an adjective. So you can think of literal knots and knotted things, or the concept of kind of interconnected and challenging things interacting with each other in more of a metaphorical sense. Some example sentences are, the tangled yarn was so knotty that it took hours to unravel. The conversation became knotty when the topic turned to politics. Here we have haughty, and this means arrogantly superior and disdainful. It's an adjective, so this definitely has a negative connotation. Someone would not want to be haughty. So samples are: the haughty woman looked down her nose at anyone she considered beneath her. The actress had a reputation for being haughty and difficult to work with. Here we have demagogue, and this is a leader who appeals to people's prejudices. It's a noun. A demagogue tends to be a very strong leader, oppressive leader, generally a leader that most of the world would consider objectively bad. But demagogue, definitely not considered a good thing by most. So some example sentences are: the charismatic demagogue was able to sway the crowd with his powerful speeches. The politician was accused of being a demagogue, stirring up fear and hatred to gain support. Here we have disheartened. This means feeling a loss of spirit or morale. It's an adjective. So some samples here are: the team was disheartened after losing their third game in a row. She felt disheartened after receiving yet another rejection from a job application. You could also think of disheartened as a more specific way of saying sad. Convivial. This means friendly, lively, and enjoyable. It's an adjective. It's a very positive word. Some examples here are: the dinner party was a convivial affair with lots of laughter and good conversation. The family was in a convivial mood during the holiday dinner, reminiscing about old times. Here are all 10 words one more time. Let me read through them. Intimation, Quagmire, Mores, Anthology, Eloquent, Knotty, Haughty, Demagogue, Disheartened, Convivial. Great job today. This is a series, so there will continue to be videos about advanced vocabulary, and I would love to hear from you in the comments or see you as one of my subscribers. Please like, comment, or subscribe, and try using one of these words in the comments below. I'll put playlists and additional videos here. Thanks so much. Bye.